intrepid, very intrepid, hostess of Craft Roulette. This is episode 134. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. If you've never been here before, we are the ultimate paper crafting card making game show challenge. And we're here every Friday night, 6:30 Central Time. We always have a place for you to join us. We're so glad to have you guys here. Chatterboxes, I've been enjoying your chit-chat. We've just been reading along with you and watching the slideshow and having a good time getting ready for a crafty Friday evening. Well, at least for me. We do have a guest. She is from Australia, and so she's tomorrow already, but we're going to meet her in just a minute. Stay tuned. If you sent in a card last week, your card was on that beautiful slideshow that we just got to go through. Well done all. Florals are one of those things that I think most card makers like. And I really appreciated how many people use florals as their main focus, but you are some sneaky crafters and craftettes out there because you were also adding it a little here and a little bit there just to cover those parameters. Well done. Right there. One for you. As far as housekeeping, I don't think I really have anything right now, but I do want to give a shout out. Bling Bling, the Bling Bling crafter is in the hospital, so I hope you're feeling better. And I'm sure that if you, after this show, they'll come in and release you because you'll feel so much better after the Craft Roulette show. We have been doing this every Friday for over 2.5 years, which is pretty darn cool. I'm glad to have been a part of this. Ellen Jarvis, I believe, was saying in the Facebook group, by the way, everything is down in the description below to find us all over the internet, about how we started during the lockdown and how it made her feel like she had a human contact, this show. And it's so freaking true. I've met so many nice friends over this 2.5 years of ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crafters and craftettes. I am very, very happy to be here. So anyway, thank you all. We do have some wonderful spin sponsors this month. Sweet November stamps. Oh, look at this cute little card. It's so cute. There you have some darling little stamps. They're giving away a $30 gift certificate each and every week. iCrafter, we got to meet Linda Canase last week. She is also giving away a gift certificate every week in October. Isn't that fantastic? To qualify for one of those gift certificates, all you have to do is send in a card meeting those 4 parameters that we're going to spin for each and every week. All this kind of stuff, if this is overwhelming to you because you're new, relax. Relax. It's fine. We're going to take care of you. We're going to show you all the ways of the Craft Roulette wheel. But just enjoy it. Seriously, don't stress. This is not a stressful show. Well, maybe a little bit for me. And always for the guest, but only for a few minutes. They'll make it. They always make it through. So anyway, our spin sponsors do not support us. We are supported by the love and pledges of our patrons. And we want to always say thank you so much. And welcome to 2 new patrons this week, Valerie P., who's joined us so that she could get the late submission, and Mary M. from Canada. Thank you guys for joining us. We really appreciate it. Enjoy the patron blog. There's a ton of exclusive content over there. Probably too much. We were talking about that today. So I don't think we're going to take anything away, but we've got to put some brakes on what we offer. It's just it's just phenomenal. So anyway, Travis, I see you in there. Where's that purple mug of yours? We do have merchandise. And we had quality control check today, and I got my products taken down. But that's okay, because Mr. Producer said they got to get better, so we can make them better. But we do have beautiful merchandise. So if you are in need of a little jumper, if you know what I'm talking about, and or a sweatshirt, we've got them for you. Got you covered. Lots of fun. It's always fun to wear Craft Roulette clothing, I think. It's wonderful stuff. We do have, okay, I you know how I am about names? Well, our guest tonight has a pretty easy name, at least I think it is, but I just got a lesson on how to say where she lives. She is from Melbourne, Australia. Is that Melbourne? It doesn't seem right. Please welcome Michelle Lupton. Yay!
Hello!
Melbourne.
Yep, you got Melbourne right. It's
I
not
have it spelled-
Melbourne, it's Melbourne.
I have it spelled just like fun. Melbourne with 2 N's.
Yeah.
Welcome to Craft Roulette, Michelle. We're so glad to have you. I've enjoyed getting to know you. You're pretty new to me. I'm excited to find such a wonderful, talented crafter to join us again on the show. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. I'm very happy to be here.
There she
I'm
goes.
very excited because I've been playing along. I learnt about Craft Roulette when Lydia Fiedler was on a couple of months ago.
Mhm.
And I'd heard about Craft Roulette before then, but never actually watched. And since then, I've been trying to watch almost every week and submitting and having a great time.
You have.
So
you have.
and then
thrillingness with your cards. They're really good. And we'll see.
Well, basically, it was because you asked me to be a guest. And I'm like, oh, I better practice.
Well, not everybody does that, so you're ahead of the game. I think it's helpful, but
Mary in the chatterbox has just said, Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi.
I have no idea. Is that something like a national cheer?
Kind of. Basically, somebody in the crowd goes, Aussie, 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 and everybody else goes, oi, oi, oi. It's just the way it is.
Gosh, I feel like I need to. We don't have anything that fun. So, Missouri, Missouri, Missouri. No, it just doesn't quite have it, does it? Anyway, well, tell us a little bit about yourself, because I know you have quite a wonderful past with your crafting, and I'd like to know a little bit more about you.
Well, in terms of crafting, I've been crafting forever. I think a lot of people have been crafting forever. I started card making, but not with stamps and dies. I used to do calligraphy, and I still right here I have like calligraphy pens sitting up in my desk. Haven't used them in a while, and I used to just like write out Merry Christmas and draw some holly leaves with a calligraphy pen, and that was my Christmas cards. But then I worked at a secondary school in 1998. And I remember going into a shop and they had some little rubber stamps of teddy bears. And I thought, oh, I could buy some stamps and just, when kids do a really good science activity or some homework that they get an A on, I'll give them a little stamp. And the kids love that. And yeah, that just started my obsession with stamps. And then I discovered a shop closer to home that was more into sort of card making crafting, and they had hero art stamps, and that was the end of it. That was it. I was gone.
Yeah.
And I still have my very, very first hero art stamp sitting in a box over there. Still use it every so often. Yeah.
Have you heard about heat embossing?
I learned about heat embossing. I found another shop, again, close to home, and they had classes. And I still have, do I have it here? I have some cards right here that I could never actually give away because I thought, well, I didn't design these. I just made these in a class. So somebody else designed them. But I made them in this class. And one of them has my very, very first efforts at heat embossing. And do you think I can find it right now? No, I can't. But it's in here somewhere.
We got all evening. We're good.
But
I know what you mean. There's just something about that first experience. And we talk about that a lot. About how many of us have started with it. It still is, isn't it?
You know, it's funny. Nowadays, one of the things that I do with crafting is I help to moderate the Share Handmade Kindness group on Facebook, which is run by Jennifer Maguire. And when people join, they're asked to answer some questions about, like, what's your favorite technique? And the one answer that comes up most frequently is heat embossing is magic. A number of people who actually use the phrase heat embossing is magic.
Yep, it's true.
And it is.
It's true.
That is.
Think about how much money all of us would have if it hadn't been for heat embossing.
Absolutely.
We just have heaps and heaps of it
Absolutely.
instead of heaps and heaps of cardstock. But that's okay.
Yeah.
We're happy.
Yeah.
We're happy. Well, we're going to
Absolutely.
get
But
to
yeah,
know
now I
you
have
more, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to spin the wheel and get some new parameters to play with. And we're going to get to know more about you and Melbourne. And that doesn't seem right. I think I've said it now for the wrong way for so long.
Well,
But we're
I
going
don't know if there are any other
celebrating.
Melburnians in the chat who can confirm that that's the way you pronounce it.
Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi,
Oi, oi, oi.
So, but we're going to do a little bit of celebrating because we have so many cards that are contributed to us every week. We just like to pick out at different intervals and say, well done, so glad you're here. Let's kiss your brain. And so we call it the achievement board, and she's got it. We call it the achievement board, and we do it every week. But you had a question first. I think it was about dessert.
What is craft roulette?
I think I know, but let's find out. We'll be right back. Thank you, Chatterbox. Thank you, Mr. Producer. Thank you, Michelle. We'll be right back.
What is Craft Roulette? Craft Roulette is a live paper crafts challenge show where the goal is to complete a project that has been randomly selected by the spin of a wheel. There are 4 categories we spin for: project, colors, element, and random. Each category has 24 possible options with a combined possibility of 331,776 unique projects. Whoa. We're live every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Central on youtube.com/craftroulette. Please like and subscribe. Each week we bring on a special guest crafter to create along with us and share their unique take on the challenge. You can play too. Complete a unique project of your own using the same 4 parameters set in this episode. You'll have 48 hours to contribute by submitting pictures of your project through the submission form on craftroulette.live. Contributions are featured on marygunfund.com's weekly episode blog and the next episode. Let's recap last week's episode and submissions.
That's the long and the short of it. We do that every Friday night at 6:30 Central Daylight Time now, but not for long. And you are always welcome. And you're always welcome to join us in our Facebook group and on the achievement board and all those different places. We just like to hang out with crafters and craftettes. So last week 133 was the episode. We got to meet Linda Canase. She was delightful. We had 151 cards sent, and so you know what, guys, we're getting really close to our 10,000th card submission to Craft Roulette. Look at those pins all over the world. I just love that. If you see your pin, please give yourself a wave. We are going to be celebrating. Let's see. I got my slide moved here. So this was my card. The 4 parameters were a 4x6. We had to use white plus blue and 2 other colors. We had to. We got to use a floral cluster, and we got to have so much fun with squiggles. I loved the squiggles. I think that was the happiest thing. I loved it. And so that was my card. Linda Canase made this beautiful card, and she just twirled all those things so fast. It was quite remarkable how well she could do that. She is the owner of iCrafter, which is one of our spin sponsors, and it was a delight to meet her and have her on. Now, this part is all on a timer, and what we're going to do is say kiss your brains for those who are first timers. We have our 0 heroes. Those are the people that have sent in at least 10, 20, 30, 40, and up to 110 cards. Then we have our weekly leading ladies who are pretty well in place. They haven't had much change in months and months, which is just fine. And we also have a new member of the Mug Club. So, let's get this started, Mr. Producer. Hey, Ardith. Welcome to first-timer Angela Brennan from Scotland. How delightful. So nice to have you. And Chelsea Comer, who is going to be a guest host or crafter. No, what? Yes. In December. SP! We did practice your name, but I think we're going to go with SP for your 10 Zero Hero. Paula R. also has reached her first Zero Hero achievement. Congratulations. Makira has had 20. Isn't that just dramatic and lovely? Look how different all these are. I just love it. Susan McCune also has 20 cards sent in. Those parameters in mind. Meg from Oregon has sent in 30. Squiggly Vines. Wanda Thompson from Idaho has sent in 30. She's also such a nice support in the group. Brian Dickey has sent in 30. So good, Brian. Anna Rebedu is a Zero Hero this week with 40 cards. I love those birdies. Lynn Sanders is also a Zero Hero with 40 cards. Consecutive. Can you imagine 40 weeks? That's almost a year. Mary Ellen Finley has sent in 40 cards. Very pretty. So clever how you worked all those. Mary Moisen is back with her 60th card. Well done. Kay Wearer from Wisconsin has sent in 80 cards. Kay, I don't know what we'd do without you. Bonnie Swakowitz, 90 cards consecutively, and they're always just gorgeous florals. Jackie M is a twin submitter, our leading lady with 94. She is an Aussie, oi, 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 with Smurf Murphy with 94 also. They are twins. Kathy Herring has sent in 98. Got the nicest letter from her this week. 5K Lamone, 100. She is in the Mug Club. Well done. I did order that too. Ellen Card Monkey Jarvis has sent in 110. She is Mug Clubbing. It's now a verb. Patty Beck is our leading lady with 128 consecutive cards. She started at episode 5, has never missed a week after week after week. Hey, Janet Flanagan. So wonderful to have you guys. I didn't know any of you people before this all started, so it's just a great treat to have you in my life, and I really, really appreciate you. Well done. Well done. Well, that is what Craft Roulette is. We've talked about our spin sponsors. We've done the achievement board. I think it's time to bring Michelle back on. What do you think, Mr. Producer? Mr. Producer sits on the other side of the table from me. He's the one that has done all the programming for this show, all the fancy tech stuff. All I can do is turn on my phone. So you can get an idea of the level of experience that he brings to this show, and we really appreciate him. I think it was Ellen again. I think she called you the leading man of the group. So well done. Well, Michelle, pretty fun stuff, huh?
I'm always amazed by all the contributions, and there's always something in every single person's card that I go, oh, I love how they did that, or oh, I wish I could do cards like that, or whatever. There's always something that I could admire about everybody's card.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
it always amazes me how people are able to contribute like every week for like years on end. It's amazing. Fabulous.
Mm-hmm. And it is years on end. It's 2.5 years on
I know.
end. That's just nutty stuff. Ellen, our second leading lady that I've mentioned several times tonight, had back surgery, and she still sent in a card. It was she sent in these complicated cards. And one time Patty was sick, and there was a movement, and she didn't send it in, and it was early on too, like under 100. Oh, that sounds stupid. Pardon me? Before we did late. Yes, before we did late contributions. And there was a movement afoot for her to be able to send it in late. And it was either let her have later submission or face the maddening crowd that I know they have hot glue guns and they have scissors. So we gave in and let them do it. But so yeah, it's just a phenomenal group. I'm really privileged. So, but this is the part where we start thinking about what are we going to do tonight. You are totally ready. She's got a tub of water in case she wants to use paste on a stencil. Because I told her during the tech call, don't do anything that takes a lot of time to dry or clean or anything. So she brought in her tub of water. What else do you have that you're ready for? You've got your one paper clip.
Yeah, I've got a paper clip. I've actually got more than one paper clip now. I've got a big one and a little one, but they're not pretty much. People were posting about like with little cute little paper clips that they had. I've only got like metal ones.
Now we've got paperclip envy. Paperclip envy.
No.
We need some therapy. So we'll figure it out. But we can pretty them up. We can. We could fold, or I guess we could reconnoiter them.
Oh, yeah, I know how to fold them to get a heart. I can do that.
Oh, man, Mr. Producer is the worst. I have to hide my paper clips because when he's over on the other side and he finds a paper clip, it gets unfolded and it turns into these other things. So I have to hide them from him. So it's good if I can have one. Well, let's bring on...
Ardeth wants to torture me. She's saying spin the wheel, and I'm getting nervous about the wheel.
You can't put it off anymore.
We need to rip it off like a Band-Aid.
Mr. Producer. Yep, we are going to spin for a project, a color to use, an element in random, just like we have done for 133 shows in a row. And we don't have any control except we do offer our patrons, who we appreciate, a couple different options to veto each week. The veto means that if something is vetoed, we will spin again. You can still use it if it fits in the parameters that we do get, but we won't make the wheel cannot boss us and make us use that vetoed parameter. So for colors, our group said no baby colors. I keep throwing that in there to see if they will accept it, but they say no every time. Is it there? Nope, 17. Whew, sometimes I ask them to veto things that aren't on the wheel, not on purpose. For element, they said, no, we're not interested in beverages tonight. Number 9. And this is brand new, and you guys said no. You know you're going to love it once you get it. They said no fringe on random. It's clear down at 21.
Okay.
Now, Michelle Lupton, she was saying before the show, she wants to be able to veto after the spins. What do we say? Sorry, Charlie. No, it doesn't work. But if you want to veto something now, go for it. What would you like? Or forever hold your peace?
I think I'm just not going to veto. I'm trying to be brave.
You are
so
brave.
I'm not going to use my powers of veto.
Now, Mr. Producer often gives the counsel, if you want to have fans and lots of them really fast, veto purse card. But if you there's just paper clip.
That's the thing. That's one of the ones that I thought was going to be really, really hard. So I've been thinking a lot about how I could make a card. I wouldn't be able to actually make a purse card, but I could make a card with a purse on it.
Exactly.
So I'm not going to veto that.
We're all about the creative expression here. That's really what we love to see. We love to see what everybody comes up with. We give them those 4 parameters. They put it in a martini shaker. They shake it up and they throw it out and they get this card that is just spectacularly unique and personal. And that's what we like.
Everybody's telling me to veto purse card.
As long as they're within those 4 parameters. Okay, I'm going to count down from 3 and you can decide.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. She is steadfast. All right, let's give this guy a warm up. Now it's too late. We're going to make it. We're not going to throw you into the deep end.
So that's
there may be some sharks out there. Let's see what we're in. Kind of project. That's right. Tacos. Taco trucks. Number 15. We're going to have square somehow.
Square. Artist will like that one.
Yes, she will. What kind of colors will we be using? We're going to talk about all these things and bust these parameters here in just a second. We're going to have some sort of black background plus 3 colors. Neutrals are always a given. The Craft Roulette neutrals are black, tan, cream, white, gray, and we throw in metallics. What kind of element do we get to play with? Ardith, you never get square. You do
jealous.
Square anyway. 11. Sweater or jackets? Oh my gosh. I was scurrying around here just before the show to find something. And random? You're jealous. Hey, Monica Taylor, you're coming up, aren't you? Random is 18. Markers. We have to do something with markers.
That's
all right.
easy enough.
Oh, these are good.
Oh, I don't know
May
how I
not
feel
be
about
the
a black
same
background.
as florals, but it's going to be fine. Yeah, snurra. So I don't know if snurra is Swedish for spin, but if you have already done the spinning, then does it change to a different word? Snurrad? I am getting so internationally. I'm like a danger, though, to the international community because I do these things to their names and their words. But I do know how to say Melbourne. So let's talk about this. A square. That's the project. It doesn't say square card. It just says square. So where does your creative, well-kissed noggin go first?
Well, that's exactly what I thought. I thought I could just put squares on a card because I don't often do square cards. I can do square cards, but I don't often do square cards. I'm kind of the opposite of Ardith. I do square cards when forced to, whereas Ardith does rectangular cards when forced to.
Right. So what is your favorite size?
Well,
you're going to turn on your mic? Wait a minute. Hang on just a second. We're getting a signal from across the desk.
Testing.
What is that?
Testing.
We are going to bring in Mr. Producer's voice.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, my stars. He does speak.
I got a new toy.
He got a new toy. Yeah, he did. And he's here. So, Mr. Producer, when we say square, what do you think?
Well, it doesn't have to be the whole card. It could just hold the focal point, right?
Right. Absolutely. Yep, they can hear you. It's so many ways to use square. And so, anyway, what was your favorite size, Michelle? I'm sorry.
That's all right. My favorite size is a size that I know some other Australian card makers do, but nobody else in other parts of the world does it, I don't think. So I have cardstock that is US letter, so 8.5 by 11, and I have cardstock that is A4, which is the international standard size. They're not the same, they're similar. So to get card fronts and card bases out of both card sizes at the same time, my cards are 5.5 by 4 1/8.
That's right. We were talking about that, and I said, well, if we get A2, we'll just say 5.5 by 4 and a fourth, or give or take an eighth.
I do sometimes do A2 cards just because I have like cover plate dies that fit A2 cards, so I have to cut ones specifically to those cards. But my standard card front is 5.5 by 4 1/8.
Okay, you'll be safe.
But so that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of square elements,
putting it in the design somehow, not the card itself.
Yes.
Yeah, totally can do that. If you have some geometric stamps, totally could put that in the background if they're square. There'll be fun. It'll be a fun thing to see how people decide how to use this. Yeah, Mr. Mike has a twin over there now, except he doesn't have a nose or eyes, or he doesn't do this. But we have twin mics now, Mr. Mikes. So, yep, it's going to be fine to have him on because this is the part that you like the best, don't you, Mr. Producer?
It's true. I came up with this part.
Yep, and he loves this part. So let's go over to the colors. Black background +3. So, black background, it could be a matte.
See, that's why I'm thinking of square elements on a rectangular card, because then I could make each of those elements have a black background, because the thought of having an entire black background on a card makes my eyes twitch, because I love my white space. I love my white space. So I'm thinking squares with black backgrounds somehow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Something's got to be black in the background. It doesn't necessarily mean that it has to have a black mat. It doesn't necessarily mean it has to be on a black card. It could just be something black in the background.
Ardith wants me to embrace the dark side.
Ardith is she is so fun. But she will tell you that this you will be a little tired by the end of the evening, because when you're crafting and talking and answering questions and trying to do this and that, it's a little bit, we get tired, don't we, Ardith? Anyway, so 3 colors. Which colors do you like the best? You said you like bright, right? You have the blue that you like.
3 colors doesn't worry me in the slightest, because as long as I have blue, yellow, and red, I can make all the rainbow. So 3 colors does not worry me in the slightest.
That's so true. It's just and it's the color within it's all the shades within a color too. So you don't have to just stick with one saturation. You can lighten it up, you can darken it, whatever you want.
Angela suggested blue, magenta, and teal. That sounds like a nice color scheme.
Ooh, that's very fancy. This will be a beautiful gallery this week. I'm thinking, because it will have a lot of different colors. And again, we do have the craft roulette neutrals, which are black, gray, cream, white, tan, brown, and metallics, just because we're nice. Sweaters or jackets? That's a jumper or sweater or jacket
jumper
or jumper.
In Australia.
I guess I should have made that more international. But
yes, and I'd been going through all of the parameters a couple of days ago and thinking, oh yeah, I could do that, could do that. And I thought, sweater, I don't know if I could do that because I don't have anything, but what are the chances it'll come up? But then,
he knows.
He knows. That's when it comes up.
I know, exactly. Well, but just before the show, Mary mentioned sweater, and I thought, what would I do? What would I do? And then I realized I have some fancy dies from Hero Arts of the little people. I don't know if Essie's still in here. She loves using the little people, and I've got one that has a sweater. So that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to have to use it because I don't think I've got anything else that goes with sweater or jacket.
You can always draw a sweater on something too. Or a jacket.
I don't have very many.
Just do that for a snowman.
I don't have very many stamps of like people or something.
A snowman could always.
Anyway, I'll figure something out. Do
I have a snowman? I don't think I do. But you could always just draw a little sweater. A shrug. What?
Penguins that have a sweater. Oh, I'm going to use the penguins.
There's a chance that there's all sorts of sweaters out there that you guys don't know you have yet. But you're about to find out, right? You're going to go looking through your stash. And find all sorts of things. It'll be fun. Could you use, Mr. Producer, could you use like a sweater Argyle pattern? Would that work, you think? He is the chief of Craft Roulette Police.
If you declare it as such, if you say this, it has to have some purpose.
If I get sweaty armpits, would that work?
That would be a sweater, yes. That sounds like Australian slang. It's a sweater out here.
It's a real sweater.
No offense to our Australian fans.
Aussie!
Oi!
Here we go. So yep. If you are a sweater, you can do that. And just tell us in the description that you sweated profusely I don't think we need to make it a technique, though. A book jacket is a great idea, Mary M.
Yeah.
I had also thought of from being old, an album jacket. We used to have those on our
that's a clever
LPs.
idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Shaq66 is right there. It is hard to offend us Aussies. Just take everything as a joke.
There you go. Yep. It'll be good. It'll be good. So I think we're okay with sweater and jackets. There will be a big variety, and I think, you could even do like a shop window with a little display. I know.
Yeah.
Just those things that just make you go, I love those thoughts. A little
And
shop window,
Seleki
though,
just
with
said
a Christmas display or something.
And Seleki just said a knit embossing folder. That's a good idea.
You could use an old book cover as part of your card.
Life jacket.
A life jacket. Ooh, life jacket.
Life jacket. Mm.
Oh, yeah. How about a gent that has like a tuxedo on? So if you had a wedding kind of stamp or something with a gent with a tuxedo. Or
That's
bear
a good idea.
or whatever you have. Oh, there's lots of things we're going to get to have fun with.
Or you could have, does anybody have a stamp of a potato? Because you could have a jacket potato.
That's true. Potato stamps.
Cards with
There's
pumpkins
not
on them.
enough
Why
potato
not
stamps.
why not other vegetables?
Mr. Potato Head. Do you have Mr. Potato Head?
Yes, Santa. Yes, we do. Santa has a jacket. Yes.
Yes, Santa
From
has
the
a jacket.
chat.
Christina always makes Santa cards. Always. When she can.
Mm-hmm.
Do gnomes have jackets? Or what do they wear?
They might. Underneath all
We
their
don't really know, do
beards.
we? We really don't know if that's a sweater or just a tunic or a pinafore.
Well, they might call it a jacket or a sweater.
You could just put a little line at the bottom of the beard with a little drawn button, and it would be a jacket. Okay, we're good. Markers. We're just going to throw in some markers. So we're going to do some coloring probably somewhere or other.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
No problem. But if you don't want to color in a shape or a stamp, how else do you use markers? You could draw squares.
Oh,
Map markers?
What was it?
Map markers?
Map
the
marker.
little
Like where
funny
are
shape
you on
thing
the
with the
map?
point at the bottom.
Yeah.
The pins. That's a good idea.
But you can use
What else
markers
could you
without colouring things in. I quite often use like zig markers and scribble them onto a craft mat and then do ink smushing with them.
There you go. There you go.
So you can use them that way.
So you can use it as a background. I like to do stripes with markers for a background. So I could go all over. I could make how many cards do you think you could make that were different with these 4 parameters? Hundreds.
Heaps.
Hundreds.
Heaps and heaps.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll see hundreds in the gallery.
Yes,
At least grave markers for a Halloween card.
Grave markers.
Yes,
Mary M.
Bookmarker.
Grave marker with a jacket there. You could write a whole novel about that.
You can make a bookmarker. I like that.
You could make a book.
I very much
jacket.
like that idea because I'm thinking of the penguins, but I can't. They'd have to be square. Square bookmark. Yeah, you can make those little corner bookmarks, and they can be square.
It could be a square on a bookmark that's longer.
Oh, Angela, I have my stretchy pants on every single day.
Got it. That's our uniform. Stretch pants and merchandise. That's our uniform. Well, we're going to, I think our brains are active. So our well-kissed brains are very active. Yes, kiss your brain, Mr. Producer. That's a good idea. And we're going to let you have a moment and find out more about Fun University while we go get our goodies. Let's do this. Woo! Do you find crafting hard? Are you stuck on one of those pesky parameters? Do you feel like the wheel is watching you while you craft? We have the solution for you. Hi, I'm Mary Gunfun. While I'm busy gathering my supplies, I just wanted to tell you about my other YouTube channel, youtube.com/fununiversity. We break down the parameters and talk about them at a more in-depth level. We also pick one tricky one to concentrate on and do a deep dive into it. But that's not all. We do our mail call every week on the channel as well. So if you wanted to send me a card or a package, send it to this address and I'll share it on the show. We're live almost every Tuesday night on youtube.com/fununiversity. We also do some celebration there because we will review our last week's achievement board. That's youtube.com/FUNN University. No easy or complicated payments, no COD. Just show up and have fun. If you have too much fun, please call a friend immediately and invite them over to have fun with you. Normal postage and handling rates do apply. This ad was not paid for by anybody. We hope Mary is ready because I can't stretch this out any longer. Now back to the show. I'm back. I'm just getting back. I'm just picking up a few things. I think I'm going to have fun with this. I'm pretty darn sure. Okay, so these are some sweet November stamps, but they were stamps that I got in a goodie bag, so I didn't send it off to another goodie bag yet. But I'm going to use this, and I'm going to draw this in as a little jacket, I think. We'll see how that goes. All right. Ooh, I think we're ready to bring Michelle back on, too.
Yep.
Yay, there we are. Oh, she's already in motion. So what are you planning? You got those penguins?
Don't muck around. Well, I thought I have got the penguins, and I thought I'm just going to make the black background square card. I'm just checking to see that the penguin will fit on him. I'm just going to mark off my workstation so I know where to stay.
Oh, gotcha.
So I don't want to go off the screen so you can't see what I'm doing.
I go off all the time, but Mr. Producer will tell us.
There we go.
But it is nice not to have to worry about it. I'm with you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Chief of Police election ballot.
Yes, he is the head of the very corrupt police department here. But
I just had to get this out of the way when Heidi wasn't around. Deputy Heidi.
We also have a deputy who is always ready to make house calls. But I don't think
it's good to be the chief.
I think they go out for a beer every once in a while.
Okay. Yeah, so
I'm
go
not
with
sure.
the black background square card because that gets rid of two of the parameters straight away. And then I can just put a white panel on it and do whatever I like on that white panel.
It's kind of nice to double dip.
Yes, and this stamp set is just new this month from Hero Arts. And look, the little penguin has a sweater.
Oh, what a clever little penguin.
So cute.
That's good.
I've actually made
Perfect.
Christmas tags with this little penguin and put like the hat and the scarf and the little earmuffs and stuff, and he's very cute.
I bet he is.
Okay, so I'm gonna try not to cut yourself on live YouTube, Michelle. That would be a good plan.
We've never had that.
Oh,
we're always up for new
seriously, I have done live videos where I have literally spilt a whole container of white embossing powder in my lap.
Oh, wow.
I kid you not. So anything could happen.
Well, let's bring it on. I'm trying to think here. Now, I got myself into something here. He's going to have a jacket, but it's going to be sleeveless, I'm afraid. Because he's got these skinny little arms, and that's okay. He can have it's going to be like a vest jacket. Let's just see if this works. And if it doesn't work, we'll reconnoiter.
So you're a lot more clever than I am. I'm not game enough to draw things myself.
Yeah, that wasn't much of a drawing, but it did. I think it will work.
I think it's
color
good.
his
It's
arms
great.
in to match this. I think that'll be okay. He's got a little hat here too, so he maybe needs a little hat. And I could have used, it looks kind of funny.
What am I going to do with this sentiment?
What do we got going on in the chatterbox, Mr. Producer?
I'm saving the parameters to the website right now.
Oh, gotcha.
He's busy.
He is. He does quite a bit over there when he is in action. Okay, so we've got some hedgehogs here that look like they're ice skating. Not on purpose. That's kind of how I ice skate too. It's never very pretty.
Not on purpose.
Oh my goodness.
The hedgehogs are very cute.
They are very cute. Okay, I'm going to just dig right in here. Tell me when you're ready to start answering questions.
Oh,
Because
far
we've got
away.
some great ones from our... You're ready. Sometimes we
I'm
get
just
started
trying
here,
to. I'm trying to decide whether I'm brave enough to mask this sweater on live TV, or whether I'm just going to cut it out and plonk it on the top of him. I think. I'm going to try masking, because if I don't mask it, I'll think like I'm copping out.
Well, you're not. You
See
seem to
how
be
I go.
kind of a brave person, and I think that comes from
I don't
teaching.
know. Oh, well, yeah, you have to be a little bit brave to be a teacher, because honestly, what kind of rational person would want to walk
Not
into a
many would
classroom
be,
of
yeah.
teenagers?
That's the very one, too. It's not like you just went, oh, let's do something young and pliant, all these little children's little brains. And I'm making it look like a sweater with some texture.
Well,
but
for the
probably
last...
just bleed on out. But yeah,
For the last
you went into high
20s.
school for teaching.
Well,
Eek.
yeah, I went into high school teaching, but then I taught at university level for many, many, many years. But also while I was doing that, I taught at, you guys probably won't have heard of the CSIRO. It's the Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Organisation, which is basically the peak scientific research organisation in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a science outreach program that I taught at. So I taught everything from like 5-year-olds up to university students. So,
Oh gosh.
but now I'm no longer in the
variety.
classroom. I'm doing educational research, so I don't have to deal with classroom issues.
just dealing with numbers.
Well,
and
a
more
little bit, but
analysis.
yeah, I write test questions.
Oh,
which is interesting.
We had a craft roulette trivia quiz. It was so fun.
Huh.
It really was fun. And when
I love trivia.
and
Whenever anybody wants the trivia night, I'm in.
Whenever I write quizzes or trivia quizzes, I always try to give one answer that's just so silly. And of course, then you only have to have 3 choices, right? So life gets easy fast. But
well, yeah, my favorite trivia nights to go to are when you get bonus points for the funniest answer.
Oh yeah, that would work. That would work.
Yeah, that's the best kind of trivia night I've been to.
So, do you want to answer these questions from our patrons?
Yes.
As
yes, please.
Funny trivia questions?
Well, if I don't want to answer it, I'll come up with the funniest one I can think of, but I might want to answer it, so we'll see how we go.
Okay, all right. Well, Sherry Pemberton down the street in Harrisonville, Missouri, it still has nothing, asks, what is your favorite crafting tool? Oh, good question.
I have so many. Because there are certain tools that I remember when I got them and I thought, how have I been functioning without this tool? How how did I even do it? Like when
Right.
I first, when I was really, really early on, and for my birthday, I got my mum to buy me a proper paper trimmer. And I was like, how did I even cut straight lines before now? What was I
Right.
doing? But the top of the list would have to be this little loveliness that
Mm-hmm.
just has saved my crafting life, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And the first Misty I had was the standard size, the original,
Mm-hmm.
and then now I have the mini, which was also a Christmas gift. That's the thing. The vast majority of my crafty tools have been either birthday or Christmas gifts because they're so expensive.
Right.
That yeah, I just get people to all put in together, get my family. Like my first die cutting machine was a gift from my family for
Oh, wow.
Christmas, and
That's nice.
oh, what else? Oh, so many just different tools. But yeah, the Misty would have to be the top because the
Mm-hmm.
number of cards, I made a beautiful card and I spent like 45 minutes, an hour on making a beautiful card, and then I stamped the sentiment on it, and then I drop the slightly inked
Oh,
still
yeah.
stamp on top of the card and just ruin
Yeah.
it. The
Yeah.
number of times that, because I'm so clumsy, that yeah, the Misty has just saved so many cards. Oops, I'm doing this the wrong way. Let's try it this way.
I think a lot of people have had that same. It's a frustrating moment, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So the
So
Misty
yeah,
has saved
Misty.
so many people's
So no,
made crafting more enjoyable.
absolutely. So no funny answer there, just the truth.
That's okay. Now, when you started doing the heat embossing, I think Lydia did it
Mm.
over an open flame on her stove. Is Lydia here?
I
Have we seen her?
I don't know. I haven't seen her in the chat.
Did
My
you
first heat
have
embossing. Well,
that
the first time I
experience?
did it was in a class, and we used a
Uh
heat
huh.
tool. But then when I did it at home, I did it over my toaster.
Toaster. Okay. Yeah,
And well,
you're a
actually,
pioneer
I did it
then.
over
Uh
my
huh.
mum's toaster, and my mum had little spots of gold embossing powder decorating her toaster for a while there.
I bet she liked that, huh?
Oh yeah, she thought it was a laugh a minute.
Way to go. Making the world
Oh
pretty,
dear.
even when
Yeah,
not just cards, you do all sorts of crafts. Toaster crafts.
I do. I do. I've
Yeah,
done so many different crafts over the
a
years.
lot of toaster crafting going on. So I think that's just
Yeah,
wonderful
let's
that
see
you made your mom's toaster prettier.
if I line it up okay. Kinda.
See.
We'll
Oh,
see.
well, how you doing, little Pangy? Are you feeling a little warm?
He's
You happy?
toasty warm.
Wouldn't it be awful to be a penguin? I think it would just be terrible to be a penguin. They're so cute, but I wouldn't want to be in that cold all the time. I know they're made for it, but
No.
still. Don't you think they'd like to sit and have a warm feet? I guess they do have warm feet, but wouldn't they? I would.
They have. Oh my god, I am such a nerd. I was just about to teach you about
Bring it.
countercurrent exchange in penguins' feet and how they
Say what?
maintain their heat. You don't want to know. If Trisha's in the comments, she'll be rolling her eyes at me right now. Trisha is a relatively new card maker, and she and I used to work together at the University of Melbourne, so she knows all about what I'm talking about. Basically, penguins have a really cool physiology that
Okay.
allows them to maintain their internal body temperature without losing all their heat through their feet. I'm such a science nerd. I'm just
Well, they
can't
gotta
help
have
it.
something
Oh
built
my
in there. My
god.
goodness.
Oh,
That's a they live where so their temperatures where they live. How cold is it? Do you know that one? Cuz I
well, they
don't.
live in a lot of them live in Antarctica or
Right?
subantarctic. But we have because I mean penguins are all southern hemisphere. Every single penguin is from the southern hemisphere. So Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi.
We have oi, oi, oi. Well, we have penguins, a particular type of penguin called the little penguin, um, which people call fairy penguins,
Oh,
and they live in various different parts of the state that I live in, Victoria, and they're just the cutest little things, and they're less than a foot tall,
oh,
um,
darling.
and they're just really sweet.
So have
Um,
you seen them in the wild?
I haven't, which is very remiss of me because every Victorian, it's a rite of passage to go down to Phillip Island and see the fairy penguins,
Mm.
and I never have, and that's terrible. It's terrible of me,
Road
but
trip.
that's yeah, I know exactly. Now what do I want to do here? I
Sounds
want
good.
to.
How long it would take me quite a while to get down there so that we could go.
Yeah,
So you don't have to wait for me. 'Cause it's a long way away.
I think I need some snow drifts, and I really should have thought of that in advance. So now I'm going to
No,
have
you
to
didn't have a
stamp
lot
a
of
mask of
planning
the
time.
penguin.
It's
Yeah,
kind of part of the thing here. You don't have a lot of
it's all
planning
right.
time.
Well, luckily I didn't screw up my mask of this little sweater, this little
See?
jumper.
You're
But
miles
I
ahead.
need a mask of the actual penguin, or at least his feet.
Which have special circulation too, so that
They
you stay
do.
warm. Yes.
Such a nerd. Oh my god.
Do you think science seems to be the thing that most people associate nerddom with? But
Mm.
are there? You can be a craft nerd.
Oh, absolutely. I'm a
Yeah,
nerd in every sense of the word. I'm also a choir nerd.
a choir
Because choir
nerd.
nerds
Okay.
exist as a yes. I've been in multiple different choirs. No, I'm not
Like,
going to sing to you today, so don't
oh
ask.
shucks, shucks. What do you like to sing? Like
Oh,
cantatas,
I
Bach,
love Christmas. I love Christmas
Christmas.
carols. It's just, yeah.
Oh, they're
I
beautiful.
mean, I've sung in a Christmas choir for, well, I haven't sung in it in the last few years because of various different reasons, due to like ill health and COVID and all sorts of things.
Mm-hmm.
But um, for those of you in Australia, you would probably be familiar with the Channel 9 Carols by Candlelight that are on TV on Christmas Eve. And I've
Oh,
sung in
okay.
that for 29, I think, times.
Wow, that's a lot of
29
times.
years. Yeah, I started when I was 2.
You must have been
No.
a just remarkable prodigy. I
But it's
like it
great
though.
fun.
Well,
It's
that's
great
nice.
fun.
So you often get together with the same, is it the same people a lot so that you kind of have friendships with them and
Yeah, well, there are some of my friends who are in that choir who have been in the choir longer than I have.
oh,
Um, and sometimes some of those friends only really see them at Christmas time when we start
uh-huh,
rehearsals.
uh-huh.
But there are some that I keep up with, and Facebook is a wonderful thing for keeping up with friends like that you don't see
Mm-hmm.
them all the time, or you're not able to see them for various different reasons, but you can still catch up with them.
Yeah, yeah. Well, so have are you in the choir this year then?
No,
No. Oh, I'm
no,
sorry.
I've got some some
Things going on.
health
Mm-hmm.
issues with my family that are just
Oh,
making it not possible this year,
yeah.
but
But you can sing
maybe
along
next
when they're
year.
on TV.
Absolutely. And my friends, when I have sung in the choir, I have certain friends who play Spot the Michelle watch for me on the telly and get a tiny little, oh, there's Michelle, and there she's off. Because of course they don't focus on the choristers in the back; they focus on the like celebrities out the front.
Oh, well, yeah. Chorus is important. We always
Mm.
we always said chorus sells the most tickets.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
don't snooze
Oh,
at the
but
chorus. They're important.
the Carols by
That's good.
Candlelight tickets sell out in minutes when they go on sale.
Wow,
It's a
minutes.
very popular. Yes, it's a very popular event in Australia.
So you're not in Sydney, so do you
Nope.
do it at, you don't do it at the Sydney Opera House that is so famous?
No. It's actually done at the Sydney Myer Music Bowl, which is not in Sydney. It's named after Sydney Myer, who put up the money for it. Who was a businessman and philanthropist in Melbourne or in Australia. Anyway, the Sydney Myer Music Bowl it's kind of like, oh God, no, I can't think of the name of the place. It's an outdoor venue with a sort of sound stage kind of thing. And there's one that's similar in Los Angeles, I think, and I can't think of the name of it. I can't think
Hollywood
of the name.
Bowl?
Anyway, possibly that's what it is. But it's an outdoor venue.
Yeah, that one is.
But,
That one is, yeah. So maybe not. Huh. Well,
okay.
you know,
Anyway.
we're just kind of all alike in some ways, aren't we? We like to sing and we like to craft. And
Yep.
not. I'm using a cloud stencil to make snow. We'll see
I
if
just
that
realised
works.
I can't see the chatterbox anymore.
Well,
Probably, yeah, everybody's saying Hollywood Bowl.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm getting my head in the way, but
I'm wondering. I bet
sometimes you
is
just
what it
gotta
is.
look straight
Hollywood
down.
Bowl's been around a long time. Need more.
Okay, now what do I want to do now? I want
Little
to.
hedgehog is coming out of the hat.
Hedgehog is so
Kinda
cute.
like that. There's not
Oh,
too many.
I'm gonna have
The
to.
hedgehogs are all going the same direction, so he's just gonna be bald, I think. So that's okay. He can be a bald snowman.
Don't you just love it when you find a piece of masking paper that you've cut something out of and you haven't got the slightest idea what you cut out of it? I have no idea.
Guess the shape.
No idea. Guess the shape.
Yeah.
Do I know your cousins John and Eli Rigoni? They live in Melbourne. No. Seeing as Melbourne has a population of over 4 million people,
4 million. That's
I'm sad to say I don't know your cousins. Sorry.
But you'll look for them.
I will if I ever come across the names
right?
John and Eli or Ellie Rigoni. I will say
Rigoni?
hello.
Yes, absolutely. They might live down the street. You just never know. And then
They
you
might.
can be
They might.
walking along and hear their names and go, dang, how do I know them?
Yes.
Weirder things have happened, I'm pretty sure. But it would make the world very, very small.
What am I going to do? I'm going to do.
That's okay. Kathy Morris, patron Kathy Morris, asked, oh, and she says something nice first. She says, Michelle, I love all your different styles of cards and the Case Me Cards series, which I want you to tell us about. Is there a style or technique of card that draws you to case a card?
I was talking about this to one of my guests on my series, Case Me a Christmas Card, just the other day. Okay, I'll start by telling you about my series. A few years ago, back in I can't remember if it was 2016 or 2017, I got to a point in the year when I thought, oh my God, I haven't made any Christmas cards. I have absolutely no idea what to do. I used to just pick maybe one or two designs and make all the cards. But I was sort of moving away from that because I just found it a little bit boring, just doing the same card over and over and over again. So it's going to move all over the desk. So let me just get out my... That's better. So what I did was I sent out a request on Facebook. Looks like one of my colours is going to be blue.
Do I have enough?
To basically anybody on Facebook, not just crafters, and just said, I don't know what to do with my Christmas cards, so challenge me to make a Christmas card with a particular theme or a particular color scheme or a particular image or whatever. Just challenge me because I'm stuck for ideas and I need a nudge. And I had people from all parts of my life, so friends, acquaintances, workmates, choir buddies, and some crafters as well, suggest all sorts of weird and wonderful things. And so I just made all of these Christmas cards based on their suggestions. And this went on for a couple of years where I just put out the call on Facebook and said, challenge me to make a Christmas card. So on my blog, I called it Challenge Me a Christmas Card. And that was my series. Anyway, then I'm just going to sneak this in and not use the other mask. I'm going to be sneaky. And then I thought, well, this is fun doing this. I'm going to invite some of my card making friends. And it started off pretty small, not very many guests. And I just invited them. And what I did was I still asked a whole lot of people, what do you want me to make a Christmas card of? And they challenged me some weird things. Some of them were just like, for example, somebody once challenged me, make a Christmas card with a penguin on it. I was like, okay, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, all good. Can do that. But then my brother, you know what brothers are like.
I do. Painful. It's already hurting.
He challenged me to make a Christmas card with the theme fart.
Okay.
Yeah. And of course I had to do it.
Such a brother thing.
Because, yeah, it is. It's just, oh. So anyway, I was very proud of myself because I made a Christmas card. I used one of those, I don't know if you've seen the teeny tiny little Mama Elephant Christmas stamps, and they're little reindeer. And they're only about this big. They're tiny little ones. And I used one of them and I drew a little puff of air coming out of this reindeer, and I had to write the sentiment because I didn't have a sentiment stamp with the right sentiment. But the sentiment I used was, do you hear what I hear? And I was very proud of myself, I have to say.
That is well done. Well played.
I got all sorts of different challenges. Anyway, then I invited card making friends to join me. And I gave them the choice. I said, right, these are some of the challenges that I've been asked to do. Which one would you like to do? And some people were like, oh, no, I'm not doing that. Oh, no, I'm not doing that. Oh, no, I can't do that. So it became a bit more difficult. So the following year, I got them to challenge me. So they got to choose the challenge. I've got masking paper stuck on here. And then in, oh, God, what year was it? I can't remember. One year, I just decided, oh, God, this challenge thing is just, I couldn't, my headspace was, I think it was 2020, quite honestly, because that was the year from, yeah, you know where. Anyway.
Yes. Yeah.
So I decided, right, I enjoy casing people's cards. I like getting inspiration from other people and doing my own thing from it.
Right.
So how about I make that a thing? And I thought, well, I could still have my guests and I could case one of their cards and they could case one of my cards. And that's kind of stuck since then. And I quite enjoy that. But back to the actual question. The question, of course, was what draws you to choose a card to case? I was talking with one of my guests who was just a couple of days ago, and we both are rainbow lovers. You probably all know her, Erica AB, who's amazing. And I said to her, I didn't choose a rainbow card. And she's like, okay, where is Michelle? What have you done with her? Because, I mean, if I had my druthers, I would just make every card a rainbow card.
Every card.
Which I have to tell you, this is going to be a rainbow. It's going there. We're going there.
Good.
But yeah, I have to
We're ready.
force myself to do other color schemes because it would just get a little bit boring if every single card was a rainbow, even though I'd like to do that.
I can understand
Okay, what am
that.
I going to do next with this dude? Okay, let's get out some markers because I've got the sweater. I've got
I'm just
the
glad that I got
square.
this guy with a jacket on. Yeah, I got to,
I've got the
this is a good
black.
time to review, make sure that we're on the right track. You're absolutely
Yeah,
right.
I wrote them down. So I've got the square, I've got the black background, I haven't
Plus
used my 3
You
colours.
haven't
I've got the sweater and I haven't used markers, although I have used a ink blending tool. But that's not against the rules, is it? Have I broken the rules by using an ink blending tool as well?
No,
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think you're
Okay.
still way safe.
Okay. So I need a rainbow, but I only have 3 colours. So blue, yellow, pink.
I think I'm doing okay.
Oh, they're baby
on
colours. Am I allowed to use baby colours?
Yes, you are. Yes, you can use vetoed things as long as it fits in the parameters that we get.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just that the wheel can't.
I mean, I'm not using them.
Do that.
I might grab some of the darker shades as well.
He's darn cute.
Bulk it up.
Oops.
He's very cute.
He's so happy.
And we've both gone for I suppose because of the sweater, we've gone for wintry things, haven't we?
Right. I think so. I think so. But you don't have to wear you can wear sweaters at other times too.
True.
You don't have to be completely cold.
True.
I might put in a few
that's
more.
looking a bit better. So
I got some glue on the table. Well,
I know people always like to know.
How far are you into the Case Me Christmas cards now? How far are you?
Oh, I can't remember how many I'm up to, but I have 41 guests this year.
My goodness.
Which is less than last year. Last year I had, what did I have last year? 48 or 49, I think. But I had to cut it back this year for the same reasons that I'm not doing the Carols by Candlelight. Just a few things going on in life that it's like, no, I have to just cut back. But there are some, I try to invite new people each year for this series. But I also have some people who have been a guest every single year. And Ardith is one of those people.
Oh, Ardith is she still here? Let's talk about her. Just for a minute, because she is just like wonderful.
She is. She's absolutely wonderful.
She really is. I love her tutorials. I think they're just the best. She's very clever. She's very talented. And
absolutely.
Super
I
willing
love watching
to
her
be
videos.
Helpful.
Absolutely. And every year she's like, oh, I am absolutely in for your challenge. Can I please do the first one and let's both do a video? Okay.
Yeah, how many people are going to act like that? Not too many, right? That's pretty unusual.
No, honestly, the vast majority of people who I ask to join in with my challenge are excited to do it. And every year I'm like, I don't want to like impose, and I don't want people to feel like they have to. And I know people are busy and it's coming up to Christmas time and it's just one extra thing for them to worry about. And overwhelmingly, people are like, oh, I'm so glad you asked me this year. And I really enjoy doing this every year. And I look forward to hearing from you. And it's just so lovely. So lovely. All right. So I've done the red now.
Yeah, it's it's a good challenge, so that's why they want to come back.
It's good fun.
Yeah.
And the thing is, there's no expectations. It's like you can use whatever products you want to. Mm-hmm. You can use whatever techniques you want to. You can make like 10 cards if you want to, or you can make one card if you want to. It's just, it's totally stress-free, and I want it to stay that way.
I like it that way. So how's your stress level right now? Is it getting better?
Oh, yeah. No.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
basically the only thing I thought, okay, I was glad we had a little chat beforehand because I knew I had a little die that was a sweater. So I thought I'll be able to do something with that. The only thing that made me stressed was the black background. But, I mean, I've got that because I just made it my card base. But,
That's what I did.
I mean, most of this panel's white, so that's all good.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Oh, yeah.
I am still a little bit dark that I didn't get last week's parameters because that was really good.
I know. And the cards
thoroughly enjoyed last week.
So good. They were so fabulous. Okay, we're gonna have everybody skating here. That's okay.
It's so cute.
I know how they feel.
So
It's me on ice skates all the way. It's a terrible feeling when you feel those feet going out from under you.
I think I'm going to cheat here. I wanted to keep the dots and the little diamonds white, but colouring it in with markers is like, that's too much hard work leaving them. So I'm just going to add white gel pen afterwards.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Just beat that system.
Yeah.
When
well, that's what I did the very
lace.
First.
I painted lace one time, and we didn't paint I didn't paint little tiny laces. I did X's, and it was fine.
Yeah,
that's how I was supposed to do it. So I did. Ooh, this glue is coming out so fast. Well, Kathy Morris, I'm glad you asked that question because we got a great answer. Cheryl Jackson asks, I love the beautiful colors that you use. They sure like you, Michelle. Do you have a favorite ink? And what
stroking my ego here.
I'm sorry?
Oh, favorite color combo is red. Rainbow. Rainbow all the things. Just rainbow all. I mean, my top drawer that is right next to my right hand is this.
Oh, there you go.
All in rainbow order. So, and then my top drawer next to my left hand, which I can't pull out because it's too heavy, is all my Copics in rainbow order as well. So yeah, my favorite color combo is rainbow. I
did notice that when I talk about something, you have it around you. It's like you're enclosed in a hug of all your supplies and your projects. And I don't blame you. I think that's a lovely place to be. Do you have that feeling like you're just kind of hugged by all your stuff?
Yeah. The room that I'm in used to be my sister's bedroom when she used to live here. And it still has a bed behind me, which is now sitting in the Tupperware container with the water in it in case I wanted to use a stencil and think, which of course I didn't. But all the best laid plans, whatever.
We're ready.
But yeah, for years it was just a junk room, and I did craft here, but it was just a mess. It was an absolute mess. And then last year, 2021, I was like, right, I need to do something with this because it's just ridiculous. And I cleared out a whole lot of furniture that used to be here. I bought IKEA stuff and organised everything. And now it is a recognisable craft room, which just excites me so much. It's just, it's heaven. Okay, I need purple. What do I need? Purple.
It is nice to have a dedicated room that's is ready to go, and
but
doesn't matter
the thing is,
if it's messy.
It's not just my craft room because this is also my work desk. So
that's
Monday to Friday, the computer that I'm looking at right now and this craft and everything goes over on the bed, and I pick up my work computer and bring it over here. So I'm very lucky I am able to work from home at my job at the moment, which is very, very convenient for me.
Yeah. Someone asked what kind of brushes I use. I just use the ones that I got from Amazon when they first started coming out, and they're fine. I don't I don't have anything really to say much about them except that they seem to work. That's all I really know. So, but yep, I keep them all organized in a lid. So it's very handy, not fancy. In my little hug. I gotta think of something to write here. But anyway, I will. Cordelia Alderman asks a great question. Cordelia, you make me laugh. You are so funny. But she asks, and she says, at the end of her question, think very carefully before you answer.
Oh,
says, what is your favorite paper crafting challenge game show?
Oh,
Game show.
Game show? I don't know. I'll have to think hard about that one. Didn't I ask a question earlier on that had that as the answer? I think.
What is craft roulette? It is like Jeopardy, right? What is craft roulette? It is. You just answered it in the Jeopardy format. That's good. That's funny, Cordelia. Well done.
That's hilarious. I'm going to.
I didn't want to put you on the spot
changed my mind.
but I don't think there's a whole lot of other game shows. Maybe a few. I don't know. Oh my goodness, Jamie
I was going to make these what?
We may have already touched on this a little bit, but Jamie Watts asked, from Wichita, Kansas, asks, what is your favorite technique to use? So we know that your tool is the Misty. We know you like the toaster or embellishing toasters.
Not anymore. Not
is
anymore.
That
I've
your
moved
favorite
past that.
technique is embellishing toasters?
Okay, one favorite technique that I go back to over and over and over again does involve embossing. I love basically getting a background stamp, which I love. I have so many background stamps. I get a background stamp, I white emboss it onto watercolor cardstock. And sorry, I'm making my desk wobble there. And then I get my Zig markers, which are watercolor markers, and I just literally get the panel that I've just white embossed, get the marker and go randomly. I can be looking in the opposite direction and just squiggle in various different colors, and then get my spray bottle, and just spray until it's like drenched, and then dry it off. Favorite technique. I do it whenever I am stuck for an idea. I always go back to that technique, and I love it. And a little modification of that technique that I have been doing more recently is do the same thing, white embossing on watercolor cardstock. Instead of colouring it first, spray it with water first, and then use pigment powders on it, and watch the pigment just go poof.
You just did that on one of your case Christmas cards, didn't you? The one with Ardith. You used the pigment powder?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did it slightly differently, because with that one, I watercoloured with the pigment powders. Okay. But then I coloured in the background really, really quickly with the blue marker, and then sprayed it to spread out the blue marker.
Okay. Similar, but not the same order.
Same idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love just the organic look that you get from it. That looks unplanned. I've just put black marker on my green. Or grey marker on my green. Silly. Oh well.
Could fool me. I don't see it.
Nobody saw it. Nobody will tell, will you? No. It's a secret.
It is. Nobody will tell. Ooh, and I just have this terrible stamp there. It's all smeared up. Okay. Take two. We're okay.
Another technique that I do.
So I'm happy.
Oh, my stamp's still in my Misty. That's for later.
That's right.
But another technique that I love doing, that I use a lot on cards, and which I am going to use on this card when I get around to it, is a white embossed sentiment on a black piece of cardstock, and then I fussy cut around it.
Yeah.
because I like that.
Now, this is such a small little card. Mine is. It's a Ardith size.
Yes, mine's an Ardith size too.
So I don't think I have a lot of room for a big, wonderful sentiment. So I'm just doing my... This has been my sentiment of the week. And do you ever have that where you just end up with the same sentiment on every card for a week or so?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and it says, hang in there, sweet friend. And it just looks right for this, with all these little flying hedgehogs.
I'd say that a good, 60% of my Christmas cards this year have got sentiments from this stamp set. I'm just using it over and over and over again because they're so pretty. But I'm not going to use it on this one. I'm determined to not use it on this one. Well, it doesn't really match this. This is a cutie. This is a cutie card. Doesn't really match.
Right.
I'm just giving him a little bit of a shadow on his belly.
So cute.
But then I'm going to... Another favourite thing that I like doing is giving animals that should not have rosy cheeks.
Absolutely. Give that penguin some blush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because why not? And I'm not breaking any
right.
rules because I have only used warm greys, which fall into the neutrals, and I've used R, Y, and B. So that's 3 colours plus the black. So I haven't,
you're doing
Mr.
beautiful.
Producer, if you're following the rules, I'm not breaking any of the rules.
What? Huh?
I'm not. You just heard your name. Went, what? Oh, maybe I don't even have to do a black. I don't think I'm going to do a black banner. I think I'm just going to stamp the sentiment just to be different. Just to be different.
Boy, he knows that Heidi's not here tonight. So
Okay, I'm going to clean this properly before I put it away.
Yep, we'll do hang in there, and then we'll put Sweet Friend inside. That's fine. I think that was just too much on the front. It's just too much.
I like that
It's
hanging
not
there.
great.
It's
I'm okay
cute.
with that. You know, I have been trying. I think. You think that or what is your advice to crafters that, because you seem to do a very, very neat and tidy job. What do you have ever run into a crafter that needs some encouragement not to let perfection get in their way?
I don't know whether you're going to appreciate me doing this, but I have Miss Lydia Fiedler,
our darling,
who I love to bits, once sent me this badge, and it is sitting like front and center right in front of me on a drawer that pulls out.
Okay.
And this is what it says.
Oh my gosh.
And that just reminds me, so that's right in like front and center when I make a card. Perfection is for serial killers. We don't need that. Don't need that. And besides which,
don't want to go there.
Besides which, it's a piece of paper. It's a piece of paper.
Right.
Don't get stressed. And also, and the person who I'm talking about right now, I think is still in the chat. I'm not quite sure. But I won't name them.
Okay.
They are comparatively new to card making, and once I was Zooming with them on a crafty chat, and she made what she considered to be a mistake. And I said to her, that's not a mistake. That's a design choice. And I totally believe that. It's like if you make what you consider to be a mistake, just figure out a way of incorporating it. Where is Michelle from? Michelle is from Melbourne, Australia.
Melbourne. Chris Pazmina, who is asking, is from Ecuador.
Oh, cool.
She is our longtime contributor, and she got a friend of hers to contribute once, but only once. And so she has the long-standing record of our contributor as the only one from South America, except her friend. Yeah.
That's awesome. Oops, I've lost the
Same
chat again.
hemisphere as you.
Okay. Yes.
Little different culture.
Just a bit. Okay, what else do I want to do here? Do I want to bling him up? I think I'm going to need some.
That's a good answer.
Something.
I didn't know that it was for the perfection was for serial killers, but it's nice to know that I'm not prone to being a serial killer. That's good.
See, and this is meant to be, because I just stamped that, and right now I'm looking at going, oh, that is completely off whack now. It's, in terms of design, it is leaning towards the right, because
it's
there's
quad
something.
Right.
So I am going, because I only made it with a very, very fine border around on the black. I wonder if I can, hold on. Need something white behind it so you can actually see it, because black on black is just, there we go. So it's very fine. So I'm just going to cut corners off and make the square smaller. And nobody would know, because none of you are going to tell on me, are you? No,
absolutely not. What happens on Craft Roulette stays on Craft Roulette.
Stays on Craft Roulette, yes.
That's right.
Okay, I'm going to slice him down. And I'm going to slice him down.
I got glue all over the front of this, but that's nothing new for me either. I've been perfecting that technique.
Oh, yeah. That's what you need a powder tool for. Powder tool is not to prepare your card for embossing. It's to remove the stick when you get glue when you don't want it.
Oh, there you go.
See, and I like that better with the bigger black border anyway.
Perfect. It looks great. It's so cute.
But it's not, I don't know, it's not finished. It needs something else to finish it. I've just got to...
Probably just needs a little this or that.
Mull it over.
Sometimes it does take... Do you often finish a card first try, or do you come back?
Sometimes, but quite often I'll come back. I'm just... Generally, if I think it's not finished, I will pull out Wink of Stella, or in this case, this is a Jelly Roll glittery pen, because Snowbanks.
And what did you were talking about your blog, your cards from 2011 on your blog, and how they're so different. Yeah. But think of how many things you have now that you didn't have then, like
absolutely.
It's not. It's just not even the same thing. It's just a whole different world.
Exactly.
So of course we've changed.
But I mean, all those things take time to build up a stash.
Well, we have one more question, and it is the most coveted question. It is from our reluctant rock star, Grandma Gay. And it's Grandma Gay's thoughtful question of the day. She is our reluctant rock star, but she really is a rock star. Absolutely. Here's the situation that she sets up for you. Electricity is gone for the weekend. You have to craft by daylight and candle. What crafting tools are you able to use? What do you use, Miss Michelle?
So embossing would be out, because embossing over an open flame, whilst possible, it's possible, but it's not ideal.
Right.
I mean, there's nothing that I've done on this card that I couldn't have done if I didn't have electricity, except for the fact that I'm talking to you over the internet.
Well, there's that.
There's that.
Yeah, you're right.
But,
you're right. You've done everything that's been... You'd have to have your drapes open. because it would
Yes,
be
I
dark in
would.
that room.
Yes, because my drapes are closed behind me, but they can open. They do actually open.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I see, that's the thing. I don't have an electric die cutting machine. I don't have a glimmer hot foil system or anything like that. So the only electrical appliance that I regularly use for card making is the heat tool.
Okay. Yeah.
And I do enjoy embossing, but there are a lot of my cards that don't use embossing. I mean, even this card, I was planning on using embossing for the sentiment, and then I changed my mind.
Because you can.
Because I can. Nobody's going to stop me.
That's
Because
right.
I mean,
there's a lot you can do without electricity.
Yeah, if Mr. Producer was going to come over here and enforce the law and say, you can't do that, it would take him, an 18-hour flight to get here?
He'd probably get sidetracked.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
So
He'd probably forget why he was going there to bust you. He'd probably just go, where's the craft beer?
So now I'm just adding glitter all over the place. I can't stop myself.
Needs a little more. I'm going to have to... My finger's so big, he's got blush above his eyes and under. That's a new look. But we have an eraser.
So cute.
Somewhere. Not much of an eraser, but an eraser
still.
Oh,
what was that noise?
Oh, that was me moving around in my little pen basket.
Oh, no. It was an electronic noise. I don't know what it was, though.
Shh, don't say anything.
Okay.
We don't want it to happen. Well, look at us. Look what we did.
I'm not quite finished. I've got one more thing I've got to add. Well, first of all, I've got to actually stick it down. That would be useful. But there's one thing I'm going to add, and it's another Christina Werner special.
Look at those little hedgehogs flying everywhere.
Okay, they're so cute.
That's right, Jackie Miller. Don't wake up, Eunice.
So cute.
So while you finish that, I'm going to tell you what I did on mine. Okay, for the project was square. I went with the square card. I didn't end up using any square in the design. For the black, I have the black background. I went easy on myself here with a black card base and then 3 colors. And they're kind of, it looks like you know, Mr. Producer, I think I may have stuck in an extra color. We've got blue, purple, pink. There's the 3, and then I added a little orange. So the orange and the pink. I may end up putting the orange on this hat, and that would make it so that I didn't cheat, because it's not good when I cheat. I probably do that. And so I'll stick this right here so I don't forget. Sweater. I made him have a sweater. He did not have a sweater on his own. He was, except for the scarf, he was bare. And he just needed a little jacket or sweater, so I just drew it on him. And for markers, I colored them in. So we've got little hedgehogs just going all over this place. And one's even coming out of his hat. So, and then on the inside, I did a little something too. Ta-da, sweet friend. So it says, hang in there, sweet friend. That's my card for tonight.
Okay.
I like it.
You want to keep talking for another 10 seconds and I'll be done.
Look at you. No, you're good. We're watching
I'm
you
doing
now.
the Christina Werner special of adding white gel pen faux stitching.
Oh, it's always a great idea.
Which, it's always just, it's the finishing touch, I find.
Yep, it just kind of adds a little something,
and I'm just
something, as they say.
Hold this up so that you can see. I've added. Can you see the glitter on his little jumper? All the different lines.
He is so good looking. He is so good. Does he have a name?
Oswald.
Oswald, it works well.
I don't know why. He just looks like an Oswald to me.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Oswald.
Oswald who? I don't know.
Oswald, my bubble gum.
Oh, no.
Oh dear. Well done, Michelle. I think you did super great. I love it very, very much.
Yeah. I've got the black background.
We did it.
I've got the sweater. I used markers, and I used 3 colors to make my rainbow. So I only used. Well, I used
you didn't cheat.
Warm grays. I didn't cheat. I used red, yellow, and blue Copic markers, and some blue on the background. I don't know. You can't really see that very well. It's so pale. There's like snowbanks. Can you see them?
Yep, I can.
Come up very well on the screen, but yeah.
I had mine in here too, but then I covered them up with hedgehogs. So.
They're such cute hedgehogs. You can just hear them going.
They are. That's exactly right. Anyway, there's going to be some people that are going to want to play along with us this week because these are great parameters, and we've set some great ideas out there with you guys in the chatterbox. I know I like to go back and see when the parameters were chosen and see what all you like to say, because you have wonderful ideas. Don't ever don't get hung up. Join us, and this is how we can do it. Mm-hmm. Yep, you can play along with us. Just complete a card with these 4 unique parameters. Don't cheat like I did. And you have 48 hours to submit it to craftroulette.live on the submission form. If you want more time, you can be a patron or are a patron. You can become a patron, and you have until Thursday night at midnight. Your card will be featured on Monday's blog if it's in by Sunday night, and it will be featured also on next week's show, which will be 135. Whoa! During our slideshow that starts at 6:10 every Friday evening, Central Daylight Time. Oh, we have some wonderful guests coming up. I still need to update one of them, so I know that they don't go in order. But we have Monica Taylor, who I think I saw has already put in her card this week. So she's practicing. She's a lot of fun. We're going to enjoy her company. Amanda Stevens is coming in after that. Charlene Madrid, Crafty Al, and Karis Young. I got a lesson on how to say her name. Of course I did. It's going to be fun every Friday night. Make sure you join us. We do like to give a little special shout out to our patrons. Again, we have a couple new ones. Can I remember? No. I'm sorry, but we do yes, I did remember Valerie P. and Mary M. from Canada this week. So thank you so much for joining us. It does help us a lot. We've been pouring money into these shows for years, and so it's really great to have somebody come along and say, here, let me help you out just a little bit. And plus our bonus content, like I said earlier, holy smokes, we got to stop this stuff. Mr. Producer is working on one more project for all of our patrons, and then I think we'll be in pretty good shape.
Maybe 2.
Oh my gosh, make him stop. Anyway, he's got a well-kissed brain, and it functions very, very well under all that smooching. Anyway, thank you guys. I see each and every one of you, and I thank you very much. Club Fun, you do have a new video up, new masterclass video up in our website. Yep, there you all are. Go ahead and kiss your brains. I really, really would kiss your brain if you were here. I used to do that with the kids' friends. That confetti means it is giveaway time, and we have some wonderful giveaways. We have our original giveaway, the OG handmade card with an itty-bitty gift. We have a couple goodie bags, and we have gift certificates from our spin sponsors of the month, iCrafter and Sweet November stamps. Can't go wrong with any of those, I'm telling you what. So, what's going to be first? If your card was in the group, if you sent that in, let me see if I can get that out straight. If you sent in a card last time, your name, not your card, but your name is on that board. It is programmed to randomly stop Who knows with whom? So, the first thing we're going to give away is... Oh, a goodie bag. Our goodie bags are stuffed with stuff, too. They're good goodie bags. They're not just little puny goodie bags, because they are donated to all the goodies. If I don't take them, like I did the snowman, I don't take very many, I promise. And then I didn't have those cute little snowmen, though. I loved them. And they're Sweet November stamps. So the first goodie bag goes to Mary Youngblood. These are going to just need to be in the United States. Mary Youngblood, make sure you all let me know by midnight Sunday on craftroulette.live's contact form. Don't send me a message. Don't call me. Don't do anything, because I'll forget all those. So if you want that, make sure you go through the contact form. Shall we spin again for another goodie bag, sir? Let's do it. Yay, Mary Youngblood. She's all comes to Fun University too. She's a real fun player. I like that you guys all congratulate each other. It's like sending brain kisses, isn't it? Susan McCune, I think you are also local, so that's all good. Susan's been kind of a new player, not too well, when you're talking about somebody that has done it since episode 5 in 2020 or 2020, it seems new. So congratulations, you guys. You know the drill. And next, a handmade card with an itty bitty gift. These are fun too. I will be sending these out probably Monday, so you have to have your claim ticket put in by Sunday night. Who's it going to be? This goes anywhere. Debbie Hanson. Debbie, make sure you let me know you're up for a handmade card with an itty bitty gift, and I'll get it to you. Where are you going to send it? To craftroulette.live through the contact form by Sunday night at midnight. I just say it, and there's going to be my dying words, I'm sure. Oh, go ahead. Tonight for which one? Sweet November stamps. The little guys that I did tonight. The little guys I did tonight was from Sweet November stamps. We do want to thank Amy Young so much for your generosity. She is we will be sending out a $30 gift certificate from Sweet November stamps to one of you. Yes. Who wants that? Gosh, I would. Oh, it's looking like it may be going to England. Nope, it's going to stay right here. I thought it was going to Laura Ellis for sure. But Larissa, congratulations. That's exciting. Let me know. You know what? By Sunday night at midnight. craftroulette.live contact form. Congratulations. Now for the iCrafter $25 gift certificate. That's my drum roll. Tongue roll, please. Nobody asked for a tongue roll. They should, because that's usually what we do. Thought it might go to Australia. Teresa Farrington. Congratulations. Teresa and her cousins, I think it is, all scrap together, do this game together. So it's really fun to have. I love how our families do this. It's a fun thing for everybody. If you've never made a card, or if you've made a gazillion cards, I think you can do this game. So well done. Let us know. I think also, I'm not sure, but I think iCrafter, this is the last weekend for their 20% discount. Use the code CraftRoulette20. I think this is the last weekend. It may have already been gone. So check it out. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, sorry. Let's see. Are you ready, Michelle? He says yes. Let's bring her back. Well, what are you going to do the rest of the Saturday that can top this?
Well, every Saturday recently, I get on to a Zoom with some crafty friends in the US, and for them it's Friday night, for me it's Saturday morning and afternoon, and we just sit and chat and craft, and yep, so that's what I'll be doing. And trying to avoid doing ironing.
Is that
And
is
tonight's
that a technique? Is that a crafting technique? Ironing?
it is a crafting technique. You can actually do embossing and then get some brown paper and iron over the top and remove the embossing, so you can make it look like there wasn't any embossing there to start with, and it's just magic.
It
That's the
does look
best
good
use
when
of
that
an
happens.
iron.
I think so too. I do. I don't know the last time I ironed, but I know I moved my ironing board just the other day.
Yeah.
So I still have it. So
Well, my mum likes to have iron shirts, and she's just had shoulder surgery, so she can't iron. So I'm doing it for her.
Oh, you're a good daughter.
Oh, thank you.
Well, this is the
Keeps
time
me
of
off the
night.
street.
Yeah, out of the bars, off the streets, out of the craft stores. This is the time of night where we give ourselves a little reward, a little encouragement, and we kiss our brains. Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Thank you so much for joining us. Oh, where can they find Case Me a Christmas Card?
So if you go to my blog, which is Handmade by Michelle,
Okay.
so handmade-by-michelle at blogspot.com, and you can just do a search for either, probably best to search for Challenge Me a Christmas Card, because then it takes you back and has all of them, not just the Case Me a Christmas Card ones.
Oh, okay.
Or you can go to my YouTube channel, which is also Michelle
It's all
Lupton.
down there. That's all in the
Yeah.
description down there.
Yeah.
So,
And
okay.
yeah, all the Challenge Me a Christmas Card videos that I've done, which is not all of the cards that I've done for Challenge Me a Christmas Card or Case Me a Christmas Card, but some of them are there.
Good.
Some of them are there.
Good. Well, thank you again for joining us. It was a very fun and special time. I totally appreciated learning how to say Melbourne and and going Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi!
Missouri, Missouri, Missouri.
Oi, oi!
It was great. Thank you so much, Chatterboxes. I look forward to reading your comments tomorrow. Mr. Producer, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Michelle, have a beautiful week, day, and all that, and happy crafting. You guys stay safe. Tell us you say hi in the comments, all that kind of stuff. Thumbs up. Let's get out of here. Nighty night. Thank you. See ya. Thank you, Michelle.